I'm a jewelry designer and I own an e-commerce business, which is lisarobinjewelry.com. So a lot of my customers are from all over North America, and I needed a cost-effective way to reach them. I felt like ad spends were getting crazy and I wanted to reduce that was really a big part of my motivation for wanting to improve my social media. So that was, and I heard, at some of the summit comments, I heard a lot of discussion about reducing costs and reducing staff requirements for creating great social media. Those are things that speak to a business owner. So I had a social media presence before I started the course, but it's time consuming. I felt like I wasn't getting the result I could get. And quite honestly, I watched a competitor just explode in followers and content, activity. And I thought, gee, if she can do it, then certainly I can do it. I just need to know how. The biggest result I had was not specifically on social media, because where the program really hit for me is that I needed to have a platform and a system to capture those followers and their information so I could continue to market to them. That social media isn't in and of itself going to do that. So I really started out focusing on adding landing pages, and so landing pages to offer a premium content. I took some hints from many of the speakers with some different tools to create PDF content for customers, that once they got to the landing page, they could download that. And that has worked really well. But that was more involved than I really anticipated it being, of course. So what's happened is my contact database has grown by about 200%, which is fabulous. But more so, my revenue was up 71%. So that's where the rubber hits the road. My customer retention rate in 2024 was, I'm going to look here, 49.4%. So year to date in 2025, my revenue is still growing. I'm up 60%, but my retained customer rate is up to 59%. So the marketing is working and keeping them coming in to my marketing cycle or my funnel, and then keeping them coming back. And that's the whole objective. Started to implement things towards the end of the program, and probably about month 5 is when I really realized I needed to develop these landing pages. That all probably started about month 5 of the course. We've implemented we're in fact we're still implementing things that I learned from the course, but we really had everything in place 3 months or so, 4 months following the end of the course. I honestly then I rolled into the AI mastery course, which took me down a whole lot of other ideas, so we haven't even started on those yet. Instagram is my primary account, and my reach is up 90% year to date. So that's awesome. And I feel like I'm really just getting started with it. Um, I thought it was interesting when I looked at some of the stats, 81% of them are non followers. So that means I'm getting new people interested. Since then, I've had over 20,000 visitors to my website that I can identify have come from social media. For a long time, I felt like social media was extremely time consuming. It didn't necessarily give me a result. I would occasionally have someone mention that they found me on social media. Um, but once I got into the course, I realized that I wasn't taking advantage of them arriving on my social media platforms. I needed to do more. So that was really the aha for me was, okay, this is all part of that marketing funnel and not just a standalone piece. Social media mastery program was an investment, and honestly much more than I would have typically paid to participate in a course. But I can definitely say I've saved way more than that in my marketing efforts, but gotten so much more result. Gosh, I'd have to do the math, but the cost of the program, I've gotten hundreds of times that in return on that investment. So, um, yeah, it's well worth it. It's and And it's fascinating as you go from presenter to presenter. That's one of the things I really liked about it, is you really got different perspectives on how social media works for different industries and different ideas on how to approach it. I'm sure you hear a lot that, well, it didn't speak to me. But I think no matter what business you're in, social media affects what you do, and it's just a matter of figuring out how it fits your business. Um, and that's what the course gives you a nice chance to just consider a lot of options and then boil down, because you couldn't possibly implement them all, boil down what is really important. So, yeah, no, I very much enjoyed it.